Hey everyone, how's everybody doing today? Hope everybody's had a great, wonderful day or had a great one. Hold up, gotta check something. Oh look, okay, that's the record.
Good morning.
That's the record symbol. See that? Okay. Anywho, not that there was any issues with a possible recording that didn't get recorded. Yeah, that never happens to anyone.
We've done this once already, I promise, but we didn't want you to miss out.
Oh. Anywho, the pigs were really getting unhappy about their living arrangements and said, you know what, you should really upgrade us. So, just a couple of $100 because of stuff that, like, when you accumulate stuff, you can save it up to use. So, let's show you what
We accumulate a lot.
getting a bunch of stuff and a little bit of money, a little bit of cash that goes with it can make.
Yep.
So what we did was we did a 15 roughly by 24 foot pig shelter using cedar trees that we've cut down for the posts. I didn't really, pigs were rushing me a lot and griping that they wanted a new area, so I didn't really get all the same size posts. So, but
It might be crooked.
it's crooked in a couple of spots, but you know what? It's been holding together for a while now. So, this was some stuff I picked up super cheap. Milled my 2x and everything. But this is our little area where I made this open to store the hay that obviously I still need to go get some more from up top to bring down here to restock. And then, keep our feed and a couple other items, safe. Still debating on a whole gateway, but also the basis of this design too is we've got this chute through the middle so that we can back up the trailer once I get some more trees taken out of the way. So that the trailer can back up. I've got some little portable ramps I got super cheap to lay up. And pigs can go straight into it instead of the fiascos. Yeah, you know that word. To get them fiascos to get them loaded up before. It's been some trying times in the old area.
Sebastian.
This works a lot easier, especially when you get them from one area because they wanted a new area but didn't want to move. And easy, came out, went straight in the pen. So. Get to the inside. We'll start with our gates. Gates, all milled wood, pretty much. Spare pieces I had laying around, but did a 3-board. Doesn't need to be that high for the pigs. And took 3 boards, sandwiched them in together with boards for the gate. Add another little piece for the long extra hinge for support. These, give a little bit more extra support. And then of course when you're doing a gate like this, you want to put this support bar going from the bottom part of your hinge, wherever it is, to go back to the top part of your gate. That holds the gate up. So it doesn't, because if you don't put this board in here, your gate will eventually just slip down. Some little quick hinges. And you can see using even these round posts, just chop you out an area to make it flat. And gate opens up all the way across to the other side and then can easily shut. And roughly, like 6x6s in the inside, I think.
Something like that.
And then when we do the inside of the pigs, because pigs can be a little bit, they like to rub on things. So we put inside boards on this side to hold the support so they don't actually rub on the outside wall.
Sebastian. Now we have more than one pig.
Yes, we do. You can probably hear them in the background. My other suggestion is because we've already had to replace it, This is older milled lumber that I had. It wasn't real thick or sturdy. So when they're rubbing, they'll break basically that middle board, because the bottom, they're not really rubbing on the bottom and they're not really rubbing on the top. So when you're doing this, definitely want to put you a good sturdy board in the middle so that they got something to rub on. So we did a breeding pen that opens into the hallway this way. Another breeding pen.
This is the boar side.
Yeah, this is where the boars are. That opens into the inside. And then we did a spot where we put all the excess boars when they get older, which are way too many.
General population for the boars.
Yeah. And that was the other reason too. The girls are the ones that are really griping, because you see now we have a hallway that separates the pigs off. They don't actually have any contact against walls or anything between each other, because boars, I guess, can be tricky, and they will find loose boards or make loose boards that will shift on you that you won't notice really right away, and then you'll get surprise bursts, because they will sneak in, do what they got to do, and sneak back out before feeding time, obviously, to make it look like they were never in the wrong spot.
Which is why we have so many pigs.
But on this gate, we've got it opening back in the opposite direction, because, as I said, with a trailer at that end, if you're taking the boars out, you open the gate up to here, they shoot out this way, and if they're coming in, they go in. So, works out pretty good that way. On this side, we've got the farrowing pins. So we've got a one pin here, one pin there.
That board's just not permanent. It's
Yeah, that board's just sitting
there for a reason.
To show you something in a second. I had this mesh wire, heavy duty stuff. I put that in for the farrowing pins, for the fact so that when piglets, when they're, because they're smaller than that when they're born, by a little bit, they can't sneak out underneath boards and things like that. So if you've got that laying around, works out pretty good. Or you just need to run you some tighter boards along the ground. But these pins open the opposite direction, so that if I've got, once I get a girl moved in here, or actually, better actually yet, the last pin down here, we have just two farrowing. This is where all the girls sit, so that when you open up the girls area, they can just winky, 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 and here's Mr. Boy.
Breeding pen.
Winky, 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 squeak, squeak, squeak. You know, that kind of system. So it easily makes them go just where you want them to go, real quick and easy.
How's that go?
It goes squeak, squeak, squeak. Oh. And on the same aspect here, with that being the last one where all the females go, well, let's just say, for instance, this female is done with her babies. You want to move her back in with everyone else. You can come back and open your gate here. Then get her to come, and by say using this board, which here's another idea that you could probably tell me, that you could probably leave in the comments for me, that I should probably just put some little sliding doors down here.
That's what I'm thinking.
Which is in the process thought, but it didn't get done at that time. But I can just take a board, once I get her into this area.
The babies are outside.
Babies are separated outside, so you don't have to worry about them. She can't get back out here. And then, you know, you've got, you open up your other gate, you open up this gate. She winky, 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 winky's over here. Then you shut this gate, and she's like, oh, I gotta get out of here. Winky, oinky, 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 oinky. And she wiggles her butt too like that, because if you ever watched the pig. Oinky, oinky, oinky. She goes right back in here, and you can shut her up real easy.
And she's back in general population. And we do know that this works really well, and you would have seen it had I hit record the first time we did it.
But those are quick and easy latches. They work real nice like that. And sad to say, a big upgrade for us, since a lot of times latches are normally another expense. So, you know, we tie it shut or do something else that takes a couple of minutes to get in and out. This way, with these little hinges, it's worth a few dollars to get them.
Yes.
I think actually the best deal I found was Harbor Freight. They're pretty cheap. All right, what else we got for you that we thought was interesting?
Oh, well, you put up lights.
Oh, well, yeah, of course, the lights. Then we've got our water catchment coming off the roof into our big tote with, of course, a pump to pump water to water the pigs. And then coming out this way, this is what we were talking about, is that there's still a separation path here so that they don't want to go over to each other. And, you know, it's made it a lot easier on surprise births. So
It's made it easier on feeding.
and it makes it a lot easier. This whole setup has made it a lot easier for feeding and putting in automatic watering. So it's been a pretty good blessing for us getting this finally done. And the pigs are, you know, they're pretty happy about it all too. So
They've got a nice big area on the boars. Nice big area for the girls. Don't mind their mess because they are pigs.
yeah.
And we have plenty. They're for sale.
Yeah, if anybody wants one, just let us know.
They're prolific little things.
They, like I said,
Chris?
they're sneaky. They're definitely sneaky. Then the last thing is, of course, is the roof. I used up some little plastic corrugated things that I had. I had some, like I said, I pick up some of this stuff. It's always like just a couple of bucks, or it's free, or something like that.
And when he says a couple of bucks, he means like less than $5.
Oh yeah. But you know, not everybody can get kind of lucky like that. That's about the only thing I sometimes get lucky at. So, you know, I've got some little boards I can put down to put that little corrugated paneling on. I also found some like 4x8 sheets of a thick, like corrugated plastic. Yeah, it's like a plastic cardboard basically, pretty thick. I think they used it for some kind of shipping purposes or something. But it's been holding up pretty well for right now as the temporary fix, because of course eventually I want to do a complete metal roof. But
Oh, because UV, it's not going to last forever.
yeah, it's not going to last forever. The plastic's going to break down. But it was something to get the roof over it until the meantime, until you save up to get the metal. All right, so if you've got any comments on something that you think that I should have probably changed or done a little bit better, I don't mind. Leave them down below. Love to hear them. And of course, if you think it looks pretty good, just, hey, let me know that too. I could use an ego boost. All right, y'all have a great and wonderful one. Can't wait to see y'all till next time. Later.